Hey guys, today we'll see if we can make a ripple surface, and for that just fire up your Rhino and Grasshopper, and then I'll show you the further steps. For that, first create a rectangle. You can plug in some planes like an XY plane, a YZ plane, or XZ plane. Plug in the dimensions. I'm thinking this rectangle could be 4 meters. So right now my Rhino units are in mm. So I'll write 4,000 by 2.4 meters or 2,400. Plug it here in the rectangle component, give the plane. So if you want to make it a floor, give XY. If you want to make it a wall, give YZ. If you want to orient it in a different axis, give an XZ plane. The XZ works for me now. I'll select that. Select the component, press Ctrl Q to hide the preview of that component like this. If I select the rectangle component and press Ctrl Q, I can hide and unhide. Or else you can select the scroll button and then zoom in, blindfold, hide, unblindfold, unhide. So now you have a rectangle. Next is to create a surface out of it. So for that, I'll use the boundary surface. So the ripple surface to work, we need some points, maybe 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, multiple points. So these points would become the locus points. These locus points would have a rippling effect around it. So for that, I'll first show you how to do it with a single point. So for that, I'll use evaluate surface first. And I'll plug in my surface. For creating a point, I will plug in an MD slider. So the MD slider thing is, if you double click and see, it has a domain, say x0 to 1, y0 to 1. For this to work, I'll explain you a simple math here, which is, so I'm here in Paint tool, and this thing, the MD slider works from 0 to 1 on both the axes, 0 to 1. But my surface is from 0 to 4,000 and again 0 to 2,400. So we need to scale this value to 0 to 1 and scale the y value to 0 to 1. For that, there's something called reparametrize. This is the logo for it. Reparametrize. Okay, so we'll plug it here in the point. But currently this thing doesn't show anything on a Rhino screen. So come to surface, right click and select reparametrize. Now you see a point. So whenever it is 0.5, something like that, say 0.5, I'm trying to precisely put it there. So 0.5 by 0.5, which means it is exactly the mid of the surface. If it is 0 by 0, it means the bottom left corner. If you want to make it 1 by 1, it means the top right corner. 0, 1, top left, 1, 0, bottom right. See, so now you have mapped your surface from their dimension to a 0 by 1 space. So now it's controllable. Now this point should have some rippling effect over the surface. So for the ripple effect to work, we need to first divide the surface into a grid of points. Good component to do that is divide surface. This. Divide the surface. If you don't give it any value like to the U count and the V count, by default it takes 10 by 10. But I would say go for a slider from 1 to 50. Give it the values. Cool. Now we need to find the distance of this locus point to all the points of the grid. And distance is one method to do that, like you type in this distance thing. But for now, this distance would only work if you have one locus. But if you want to make multiple locus, then a better option would be to pull point. Because I'll show you how pull point works. So supplying this, supplying all the points. And I will now just do something to show you, which is this. So see how it has created the line from that one locus point to the multiple of them. This would be the case in using the distance component as well. But if I introduce
Hi everyone, I am Parul Sharma, founder of Aerie Academy. We have launched a course on basics of parametric architecture with Netik, and he will be your mentor and facilitator. If you want to join the course, fill the form pinned in the comments below and we will reach out to you.
and another MD slider, so this, and now I move the point. So see, the points, the grid points are able to distribute itself between the two local points. This is not the case when you use distance. If you use distance like this, um, so it it is not able to identify which of the points are more closer to the first point and which of the grid points are more closer to the second locus point. So that's why using distance is not a good option. I would suggest use pull point. So for now, I'll delete this pull point. It has distances coming in. And now what I'll do is I'll move those points, these points. If you see, this is a nice component and it also has normal. So I'll plug in amplitude vector. Amplitude would be to tuck, tuck, tuck. Yeah, for getting the amplitude, we need to remap the distances. Remapping means scaling the number. And just to show you conceptually what does this mean is I'll make a new pane, which is this. So you have a surface, you have 2 points. These are locus points, and you have a grid of points. So the distance component tells you the distance between the locus to the neighboring grid points. As you can see what I'm doing here. And this distances need to be remapped. I mean, if I just mention it, it could be say 600. If there is another point which is like very near, then this distance would be 200. So these calculated distance, and this could be 100. So these distances need to be calculated into something which makes the surface come out. That coming out effect could be like 400 or 500 mm. So what I'll do is take the distance, remap it, create a bounce over it. The bounds have to be flattened. I mean, you can't leave it unflattened. And then I'll plug it in a graph mapper. I'll put the remap again. And this time I'll give it a domain, which is construct domain. So for that, let's say 1 to 1000. They become the amplitude of the normal vector, and then this goes here. I will move it like that. So you can see those two local points are affecting the shape. Now it's currently still a point system. I need to make a surface out of it. So I'll come here on the surface tab. I'll go to surface from points. What I'll do is I'll flatten all these numbers. I'll flatten it. And then I used 44 as my U count. But then when I do a 44 as my U counts, the number of points is +1. If you can see, it's 0 to 44, which means there are total 45. So what I'll do, I'll plug it in here. It turns red because it's wrong. So I need to do a +1, x +1. So now it works. I can hide the point component and you can see I'm able to create a surface out of all the points. And I can give it a custom preview. That looks better. Looks pinkish. Yeah. So now this system is not working, which is the graph mapper. I'll turn on a graph like this, just conic. See how it has turned out. I mean, it would be good to do XY line here. Looks like a roof surface, roof to support surface where the points are dropping, but I will use a different graph, which would be, say, Berlin. And now you can see how it's undulating. I can control the magnitude of it. And you can see I can move these points. Yeah, and yes. So our system is created. Uh, Let me know if you like this video or you would like to see any more such videos. I'll try to include those topics here. Thank you.